veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. La, 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 la. Oh, oh. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. La, 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 la. Oh, oh. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. La, 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 la. Oh, oh. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. La, 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 la. Oh, oh. I've been driving this train, Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. In my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. 'Cause I've been driving this train. years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play.
Yes, good people. Big up to all of you. I do hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome to another edition of the Blue Morning Show. And today, we will quickly as we can, preview the Chelsea's home game against Newcastle United in the Premier League. We do have a good record about them, but against them. But you cannot script football. If we don't play well, they're good enough to mop the Stamford Bridge carpet with us. But hopefully we do well. As for me personally, I'll be honest here, we've improved so much that I don't get concerned going into games, but I'm not confident to an extent to say definitely that's what an outcome of a particular game will be, irrespective of what the numbers tell me. But more importantly, I appreciate you all. I do hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for joining me once again. Irrespective of what happens today, we will play well. Whether we win, that's up to the players to answer that question. And we have NS Sports TV. He's become a member. Thank you so much. We appreciate that for becoming a member. I remember the last time you were here, you did ask for the link to become a member, and by the time I found it, maybe you were gone already. But thank you for the support. Sincerely do appreciate you. I cannot thank you enough. And Rain is in the house. Nice to see you, Rain. Thank you for always supporting the community. I cannot thank you enough. And Rain here says 3 points. Hopefully, we can only hope for that to happen. Yes, then on paper, I think we can beat them. Whether we end up beating them, that's a question for the manager and the players to answer. And who else do we have here? We have GFC Gordon. And by the way, let me let out the secret. Maybe that will push me and push us maybe to do something about it. We have a plan in the pipeline. I think that's the correct. That's how you say it. But because I've been busy, a lot of moving from one place to the other, especially when you have family, isn't that simple. It's been very. It's been crazy for me. So. Apologies, but definitely we'll get it going as soon. But nice to see you, Jesse Gavin. I do hope you're doing well. You know how to trigger. You know how to trigger the command. Yep, to share your YouTube channel with the community members so they can help you get to 5,000, 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible, because you deserve that. Your ball knowledge is excellent, and you as much as you can try to be objective. Give me 1 second here. We're gonna build. We're gonna go into the lineup building exercise as soon as possible. We don't want to waste time. Otherwise, in less than an hour, the official lineup will be out, and then we can't do anything. But Houston, it's pretty much. Let me show you this. Pretty much what Fort Mob is what they're predicting will be the lineup. If there's any difference, if there's any difference, it would be just by one player or two, because we're not too sure. But you can argue had it not been for the fact that Kukurea played midweek, and who else played midweek? Kukurea did play midweek. Who else again? Um, Played midweek. But let's just stick with Kukurea at this point. The fact that he played midweek makes it a little bit difficult. A lot of people are predicting that he's not going to start. That Malabista starts on the left or in the left back position, while the Reece James will stand in the right back position. That would be tell us a lot if the manager ends up not starting Kukurea. But all the games are important, and I did think that he actually decided to play Kukurea in that match because he wanted to win it. Because yeah, the opposition were a little tougher. Was you could say was a little tougher than the opposition we've faced in that particular competition. But that's a small opinion anyway. Um, yes, people keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go along. We sincerely do appreciate you all. Without wasting much of your time, we have Constantine Dan. Big up to you, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. The captain of the house. I guess I want to stand a fight with a lot more people than I have already by calling you captain. Yeah, like I care. But they can stick it if they want. But big up to you, bro, and thank you for joining me on the panel. I do hope you're doing well. How are you doing and how are you feeling? Are you looking forward to this one?
Yeah, big up, coach. Big up, everyone in the
Big up,
chat.
big up,
Yeah,
big
I'm
up.
good. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. Can't wait to see the boys play again. And yeah, definitely. These
Did
days,
you
I'm very excited to
hear me?
watch Chelsea play.
Did you hear me talk about my confidence in the team? It is to an extent where I don't go into games concerned. I
No, yeah.
trust them to an extent where I'd say certainly we'll win a particular game because I'm still looking to see them. You can say develop some measure of consistency before I can go into a game with the confidence saying, yeah, we're definitely winning this one. I do trust them well enough that I go into get into games without being concerned whether we play badly or not. If there, I can confidently say, yeah, we're going to a game. If we lose, it would be because it wasn't our day. It isn't our day, and not because we played badly. So, what is your measure of your confidence in the team?
Yeah, look, I'm the same. I'm not worried about losing anymore. That's I know we've got the squad, we've got the depth, we've got the coach to get us a result. Like you said, unless we're really unlucky or something happens, yeah, okay, it can happen. It did at Liverpool, so it can happen. But I'm pretty confident these days, not like last season or the couple of last seasons ago, not confident at all. Every game we have no idea. We're just hoping we get a result and hoping we play well. But now, look, we play well pretty much every game so far under Maresca. System, the confidence of the players, the confidence of the coach, the confidence just the morale, everyone's how well they get along. So yeah, I'm not worried anymore these days. I'm
The,
looking
the
forward to
trust
watching
in the
games.
manager. It's important to say that.
The culture, he set the right culture. He set the right tone. We got
Mhm.
rid of the players that you know. I said even last season they shouldn't be here. Really, to be honest, they're not going to help the squad, and even even also just the chemistry, the culture. They're probably not suited either. So they did that in the offseason. So I was very happy with that. I
The,
won't
the
name any names, but
mentality
you know
did
who I'm
not
referring
don't,
to.
didn't measure Chelsea's you say level, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So look, these days I'm definitely looking forward to. I'm very excited to watch every game for Chelsea play. I know we've got. It's going to be a great game, good, exciting game. We're going to create chances, and yeah, I love the way we play. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, and if you're in the chat, let's hear you. Are you looking forward to the game? How much do you trust this team right now? For me, I trust them a lot, but not to the extent of saying for certain we're going to win certain games because I'm still looking for consistency. But I trust them well enough to know that we're not going to
Yeah,
play
just to add to
badly.
that. Sorry, coach. Just to add to
Sorry.
that, yeah, these games are more confident. These ones, not the low block teams. These ones,
Hmm.
I'm way more confident because just the way normally Newcastle play, they haven't this season. They've been a little bit more defensive, but they still open up quite a bit. So these type of games suits our squad to a T. So these games I'm not that worried about. I was more worried about Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace, those teams, and we did struggle against them. So yeah, look, these teams that are a little bit more open, that have better players, and they're not going to go full defensive. Yeah, I think we can match it with anyone.
All right, in a minute, we're going to go into the lineup building exercise because we don't have too much time. The lineup will be out soon. And hit the like button, says Rain. Rain, I appreciate you. And I'm glad I made you a moderator. I think you behaved very well. You lead by example. Nothing less than a winner. They're all rested since Liverpool. We are at home. The home form, I think the home fans, you can say, with results on our side, they've started behaving, you can say, properly as they should be behaving lately. Dante, when you say that,
They're getting a little bit better. It's still not where it should be, but they are getting a little bit better. More are coming on, and they're starting to, a bit more confidence in the squad and Maresca, and they're starting to buy in slowly. But yeah, not all of them still, but we're slowly getting there.
all right. If you're in the chat, we want to hear you. Courtney, thank you for telling us your expectation, letting us know your expectation. Rain, let's hear you. What are your expectations from the game? Are you looking forward to it? Do you think we'd win? Do you think he ends in a draw? Dante, let's talk about two players here. I'm just going to plug them in, so we'll start talking about him.
Yeah.
Enzo played midweek, and some people, especially one of my friends in I like the yellow color better. Sorry, one of my friends, especially to be more specific, Calito. This guy here, and this position here. Let's be honest.
Yep.
And this position here, it was Kukurea, but not really there actually. He played more like he was a wing back, so to speak, not really a left back. But let's
Inverting
talk
a little
about
bit.
this.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Do you think we'd see him today, him and Enzo Fernandez?
It's a
You can
close
start with
call.
Cucurella.
I think
Once
he
you
would.
finish with Cucurella, you can talk about Enzo Fernandez. But do you
Yeah,
think we
I
see
would
Enzo
put
Fernandez
Cucurella
today,
in.
given the fact he played midweek?
I would put Cucurella in 100%, especially against Newcastle, the way they play and the players they have in those positions. I think we need Cucurella in that position 100%.
Hmm. So you think certainly no, not if you're going by what we're seeing in terms of the pattern of selection from the manager. If you play midweek, you're not playing in the weekend. If you play in the weekend, in
Yeah.
the Premier League, you're not playing midweek. Going by
No,
that pattern, do you still think we
it's
see
not
him?
that pattern. That not for all the fringe players, that's the pattern, but not for the players that missed a game because of suspension, like Cucurella did. No, that's doesn't matter. He'll play. He should. It's different. He'll play. I'm pretty 99.9% sure he'll be playing in the left back position.
You don't think he'd decide to arrest him because yeah, the games will
No,
be coming in thick and fast from now on.
no, I don't think so. No, I think he will play in this one, especially at home and especially against Newcastle. I think he will play. Like I said, who they have, how they have the wingers as well, and yeah, you need that type of player in that position.
Hmm. How about Enzo Fernandez?
I think he'll start as well. Yeah, I think he will start.
Can you tell us
He will
why you
start.
think he starts? You don't think
Well,
because
just how important is
we
Maresca?
did agree the last time we talked about Casado and Romeo Lavia playing together. We did agree that sometimes the manager will probably go with that pairing if he wants to be more defensively sound if he's concerned. Against Newcastle, you think that's not going to be a concern for him? You think Enzo
Look,
Fernandez starts? I
there
think
is a
maybe because he didn't finish
yeah,
the midweek game. But go ahead.
yeah, there is a bit of physicality in that Newcastle midfield. So he might be a thought maybe to start Lavia there. But yeah, look, this game will tell us a lot of what Maresca thinks of Enzo Fernandez. So if he leaves him out, then we know he's not really that favored. And if he plays him in, well, what we've been saying most of the season, it will be true. So it's one of those games, yeah, that if he plays, yep, we know he's a very important player to him. Like we kept saying, if he doesn't play him, then probably not quite as much. He does, even though he didn't play that much. It wasn't a hard game. Let's be real. Against Panathinaikos, was that a hard game? Did they run much? No. You can just look at the kilometer numbers, how down it was compared to a Premier League game. So even though he played, they did not run nowhere near as much as they would in a Premier League game. So that's a big difference. Yeah, the travel a little bit, but look, it was a comfortable game. He sat in the defensive midfield position. He didn't go forward. Only went forward once, from what I remember, when he had that shot. He was very comfortable, didn't run much. Like I said, the kilometers were
And
down.
you could say the reason why we played as well as we did, but unfortunately,
Yes.
nobody would give him credit. He didn't get a goal, didn't get an
Yeah, he
assist.
controlled the game. Yeah.
So, yeah, the typical
Yeah.
fan mindset. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, he controlled that. But the only thing I can see is Newcastle's midfield. So they do have a couple of physical guys in there. Guimaraes, Jollington. Those are the big guys. They're quite physical. Guimaraes not as big, but he's a very physical player the way he plays. And what's the other midfielder? I forgot his name. Anyway, he's a big guy as well, big body. So look, they've got a bit of physicality in there. So that may be a little bit, but I still expect Enzo Fernandez to start this game.
Yeah. Otherwise, if we're not able to control the game, Newcastle we can score, but probably they would score nearly close to the goals to score. But we'll look at their now. We're going to try and build the lineup. Then we'll go look at their current form, goals, everything, goals concession, and also goals scored. But that's by the way. Thank you, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. 12 likes. We can do a lot better than that. If you haven't, take a second, drop a like on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And we're asking you, um, let me see here. Okay, if you haven't, please once again drop the like on the stream. Let's hear your thoughts. Let's get your opinion. Your thoughts maybe whether you're looking forward to the game? What sort of game do you expect? We'll wait for you. Let's see what else we have here before we get into the lineup prediction exercise, so we can actually get it done before it comes on. And Courtney's in the house. Nothing less than the win. I think we've read that. And Courtney, I do hope you're doing well. AB, nice to see you. Big up to you too, brother. And Mike Neal is in the house. Big up, Kachila. Big up to you too, brother. And we have a Charles. And by the way, Dante Charles Shanks' Charles. That's him. He changed his name. So when I was looking at the name Charles, and I didn't look at the other window, if I did look on that day and realize that the person is a moderator, I'd suspect it was him. He says, "Don't get confused. It's me, Coach."
Charles.
But big up
Okay,
to you
Charles.
too. Egungbe Chinagaram, nice to see you one day. I do hope you're doing well. Big up to you too. Shanks is saying this match is worrying. Colwell cannot stop Isaac. It's not just him alone. If
Not
we
alone,
can,
yeah.
yeah, if we can cut up the supplies, part of defending him, and also, then yeah, I think we'll be all right. I think Colwell can actually defend him. He can. I think the last game, was it the game against Liverpool? You could argue the goals we considered partly because of the approach on the day. And do I think they'd be in their attacking area? Do I think they're as good as Liverpool? I don't say. I'd say no. In
Also,
that case,
Newcastle have
yeah.
been horrible going forward. They haven't scored a goal in like forever. So they haven't been very good going forward. That's probably been their Achilles heel this
Okay.
season.
Given that point you just made, Dante, just quickly, uh, how about Charity FC? Do you think it's something we've overcome?
Mm, we've still got it. We can still
You
concede a
just can't
goal.
say. There's still time to tell if that has
No, I'm
happened, right?
saying yes, we can still concede a goal, but then we'll score. We'll score more. We will
We
score
have,
two or
yeah,
three
but we
goals.
haven't seen any. We haven't experienced any match outcome that would argue is a sign that charity actually is still an issue. But there's still time to, because that
Yeah,
why I say that was the fact that you mentioned that they haven't been scoring quite a lot. Remember, for instance, Eberichi Eze hasn't scored in 1,000 years. He has just one goal in 1,000 attempts, and that one goal, guess who he was against?
you can make that argument from many things, Coach. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but go ahead with what you were saying.
I know what you're saying, but yeah, look, the only reason I say that is because we have a mistake in us, and we've proved that every single game that we have one silly mistake in us. Unfortunately, that hasn't we haven't got that out of our system yet, and we will give the opposition a chance to score, especially with Sanchez in goal as well. We'll probably
Mm.
give it them a chance to score. So, but I'm not worried about it because like I said, we've got so much firepower and we're so good going forward that I'm not worried about conceding one goal. I think one goal, if we concede, we're fine because we'll win pretty much every game if we concede one goal because we are going to score, two goals, 3 goals some game. But yeah, I think minimum 2 goals, we'll score every game nearly. So I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, we do score a lot of goals, but that reminiscent of Frank Lampard days. But you cannot outscore every opponent, just like the game against Liverpool proved. But hopefully, let's see what happens. Big up the Blues, our family. Chelsea 3, Newcastle 0. I don't like when I see this, and I'm going to keep saying all the time, when I see a lot of Chelsea fans saying how we're going to mop the floor with the opposition. But here's the thing, the manager gives me confidence. I think he'll do his thing. Jabulani, nice to see you. Charity FC is still alive and well and truly in existence. That's how I say it. Bozo moments are a turn. I don't think I've seen a lot of Bozo moments in our team these days. If
Mm,
anything, we see the sort of mistakes that you say um, typical of young players in most cases. Or we're, I don't know, Dante. How about you?
well, Sanchez has plenty of bozo moments. He has won a game. That's customary for him. Every single game will have one.
Hmm.
But Colwell's done a couple. Look, there's been a couple, unfortunately. But
Wouldn't you say
yeah,
in
I
his
mean,
case that he was just unlucky? I wouldn't say both of moments really since the start of the season.
who? Sanchez?
No, no. Cowell. In his case, you'd say something that he made mistakes that are he's made mistakes that are typical of young players.
Well, it is a bozo moment in a way. It depends how you look at it, but for me, it's a kind of a bozo moment. It's such a. He's not like he's a young player, but he's quite experienced now, and yeah, to do a
Quite
tackle like that in the
experienced.
box about a player that hasn't got the ball and he's swinging his leg that aggressively at a player. That's just pretty bozo to me. Yeah, he's got that gene. Unfortunately, he has bozo moments. I've seen it many times, but
Not
he can
typical
grow
of
out of
a
that.
player of his age. How old is he? 25, 26, 27?
No, no, and that's why I said he's still got time to grow. But like Charles, aka Shanks, is saying, we still have bozo moments in us, and yeah, we do. Sanchez. How old is Sanchez, coach?
I think 26 or so, or 25.
Oh
Let me check.
yes, yes. So yes, the age doesn't matter for Sanchez. He's even balding, and he's still got bozo in him. So
I mean, in his case, the sort of mistake he makes, you can call that both a moment because it's usually avoidable mistakes. In the case of Levi Kobe, you could say in a very tight situation where he'd have no option than to put in his leg um, to try to stop the opposition.
no, yeah. Look, it was pretty a bozo moment to me. The ball wasn't in the player. It was very rash. I called it rash, but it's still quite bozo if you look at it because he should not be doing that at that level. You should not be doing that because
Yeah, Robert
it's
Sanchez is 6. I can't believe Keparis Obalaga is now 30. Ooh, and Philip Jorgensen is just 22.
yeah,
But go
he's
ahead.
young. Yeah, Jorgensen's
Yeah,
much
very
young
young.
for a keeper.
Mhm.
That's very young. Yeah, but yeah, Bozo Sanchez he's a mature guy. He's pretty much in his prime now, and he keeps doing it. So he's never going to grow out of it. Unfortunately, that's in him. That one that'll never
I
grow
don't know
out.
if you've heard me talk about it, that Nigerian saying that you can if you've always been right-handed, you can start learning how to be, you can say, left-handed in an old age. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
It does make
Yeah,
sense. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
But go ahead, what you were saying.
Yeah. Look, uh, yeah. Sanchez has those. We've seen it from obviously I think Colwell a couple of times. That one that cost us a penalty and a goal, especially. Reece James did it once. There's a couple of moments here and there. Some of the other players,
In cases
uh,
with James, you could say that because he was match rusty. Still is, in my opinion. Just one game isn't enough to say a player is no longer match rusty.
no, not in my opinion. No, he's a professional player, and no, he's been training for weeks,
I
and
I totally disagree with that your argument. This is not the
not
first time we're talking about
not
this.
that type of
Irrespective
mistake,
of
coach.
how good you are, match rusty does exist. It is something serious. If you've never played in a match atmosphere, once you come back, I think there's a huge difference between training ground, you doing well in the training ground, and then you doing the performing at the same level in the match atmosphere proper, especially if you've been out for a while. But that's just my
Mm,
opinion. You go ahead.
yeah.
I'll let you drop.
Well, my opinion on that one is not, especially not for like, depends what position as well. Strikers, maybe, clinically finishing and all that. Timing, yeah, quite a bit, but not like defenders as much. I don't look at it the same way. I think the defenders know especially centre backs when you're playing right centre back or centre back, left, not like right back, left back. So, no, especially when you just sit there and watching and you'd let a player run past you and you're watching him and you're not tired because the second half just started, so you cannot be tired. Yeah, it's to me that's nothing to do with match rustiness. That's just he froze basically.
All right,
You're just
all
watching, ball
right.
watching.
Yeah, I believe you. But here's the thing. Let me look at this. I can bring it up on the screen. This is from the Premier League. Longest unbeaten home runs. Chelsea has 86, Liverpool 68, Man City 37, Manchester United 36, and then yeah, wow, 86. That was under your submarine. I remember.
Yeah,
Um, I didn't know it was that much really compared to the others. The disparity 20 plus. If you're measuring it with that of Liverpool. Man City they haven't actually come any close to it.
yeah. I don't see that
Um,
record being beaten anytime soon. Probably never, really, to be honest.
yeah,
Football's changed so much; it's so much more
quite a
offensive.
lot.
I don't see that ever getting broken.
Yep. Zakaria or Zakata, so to speak, or Palmer to score. I hope he does. They say Palmer was defrosted at Anfield. Will he show us today? That's quite an interesting way to put his performance that day. Jackson had a Bozo moment.
He
I
does,
mean,
yes.
yeah, you could say that. Let's see where he just whacks the ball without, and then he then comes across it. He did that without any intent. Casado and Lavia in our midfield, and Palma Felix behind the Madueke, Modric
Wow.
and Jackson at the back line. At the back, James. Is that Vega, Fofana, and Kukurea? I think that's very good that you're saying that. Is the lineup out already? Because we wanted to
No,
quickly.
it's not out. No,
Okay.
no.
Morning to you too. PD Blue. That's more like it. It's him. I think your belief is that we still concede. But nice to see you, bro. It's been a minute. I do hope you're doing well, and hopefully the case is that you've been busy and nothing bad has happened on your end. For one more like it, I don't. These days I don't predict Chelsea, and whenever I'm able to do so, I don't predict Chelsea's and the
Yeah, I
outcome of
always
a
say
match
one
that
as well.
Chelsea is
That's why I
involved
say
in
three
without
one. Yeah, I'm
saying
not
we
confident
concede.
enough. We're not defensively sound to be
Yeah,
zero at the moment.
not yet. Yeah. Okay, Dante, let's quickly breeze through the lineup prediction exercise. Yeah, Sanchez starts in goal. We know that. Do you think otherwise?
No, he will start. I would start Jorgensen, but he will start. He'll still start. I think he's gonna get given another chance. But if he makes if today he makes a mistake or two and it leads to goals, I think that's it for him. He'll be dropped.
But
But
that's just your opinion.
otherwise,
You have to say give us that that disclaimer anyway.
well, I'm just going also by Maresca how he's said and he treats the other players, and though he gives them a little bit of a go. He said, but if they don't do well enough in training or on the field, he said he'll change them. So there's no So he if he said that, he has to keep it real and he has to make that change.
Okay, we say Levi Colwell comes in. He's done well, except for you can say a little bit, not really shaky. I think he did well enough, in my opinion. Levi Colwell, we agree, will come in. We
Yes,
don't have an
Cole. Yeah,
issue that he didn't play midweek, and like you've always said, it seems as if he has a clause on his
yeah,
contract that says he plays, irrespective of how badly he's been playing. But what do you think?
pretty
Do you
much, coach.
dispute that?
He'll be the next captain as well, Captain Colwell.
Yeah, I think. What do you make of the argument that it's a bit too hot-headed? Were you the one that said that? I think hot-headedness is part of being a captain, but it's just you have to tame yourself a bit. You have to tone it down a bit, and you can say maybe what's the language I'm looking for? Not gosh, there's a language I'm polish your hot-headedness and put it to good use as a leader. I think he will make a good leader, but not he's not
Yeah,
quite there yet.
I think not quite there yet. Maybe in a couple of years he will have that, but not quite there. Look, if you put the armband on him, he will. I doubt he'll act like that because he knows. So if you put that armband on him, he might change and not act exactly like that. So
Possibly.
it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I think he's still a little bit away. He's still got a little. Let him improve on his game and work on his game and be a solid defender first, and then if you deserve it, you'll get it.
Yeah, I do agree. Lavia must start rest Casado. if that happens, then that confirms our belief, because we've been, especially me, to be honest, I've been arguing that with see rotation of Lavia and Casado, with Enzo Fernandez being a constant because he's unique. He's different from the other two who are clearly more defensively solid. But I don't think we give Enzo Fernandez enough credit for how defensive he can be. I think everything comes down to how the manager wants him to apply himself on the pitch. But I'll leave everybody with their respective arguments until we see what the manager does. There's still time. I don't know. You have anything to add to that?
Just also the opposition coach. So Newcastle last season, they play quite open, expansive football. They score goals, they concede goals, but they score goals too. But this season, they've kind of been almost parking the bus very defensively. They're playing on the counter attack only, and they're really trying to be more defensive. It hasn't worked out for them so far. I saw a couple of Newcastle fans talking about it and saying that. That's why I mention it. I didn't know because I didn't watch the game, so I didn't know. But this is Newcastle fans saying it, that they've been playing very defensive, sitting back and trying to count on the counter. But it hasn't been working because they haven't been scoring goals. It just hasn't been working. They haven't conceded as much, but they haven't been winning. They've been losing as well. So by 1 goal margin, but still they haven't been. Yeah, so they're not happy because why they're playing like that. So Eddie Howe's a bit under pressure because of it, and we'll see if they do this. But away at Stamford Bridge, yeah, it will be interesting to see how they set up. But if they do set up the way they have been this season, then I expect Enzo to play in this game. You can't have Lavia and Caicedo, two defensive midfielders, Cucurella inverting a third defensive midfielder. You can't have that in
and
against
if we win this game, I think we'll go fifth, not even fourth. I think we'll go fifth. I think
We'll
so.
go fourth. If Arsenal lose, they will go fourth. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Lavia. Okay, we've read that one. And this one here says, I think Nato will start instead of Sancho. I don't think so. That's not an area where I'd say I cannot predict correctly. I think Sancho start, especially given the fact that he didn't play midweek. I'd be shocked if Nato starts over him, but we'll see. We're still learning a lot about the manager. But you could still argue to an extent a pattern has emerged that those that played midweek don't play in the Premier League. Those that play in the Premier League don't play in Europe. Newcastle are just 3 points behind us. Yeah, but that doesn't change Dante's argument that not been scoring enough as many goals as they've scored last season. And unfortunately, you could argue their situation is down to the fact they weren't able to spend as they would have had it not been for the restraints of what's it called, the PSR and FFP and all that. So right centre back Dante Tosin didn't play midweek, but we know who starts here. Definitely for Fana.
I'll be for fun. I'll be very surprised if it's not
Yeah.
for fun. Yeah, he's fit. He's been training, and yeah, he didn't play. So I'll be very surprised if it's not for Fana, unless something we don't know. But otherwise, it'll be for Fana.
Except if he's injured, that's a scare. Then the manager, you say, wouldn't want to risk him aggravating any situation. Then Tosin starts. Right back, James. Right? Do you agree?
Yeah. James has to be. Look, he trained. He played the other game. He'll come off early, but he will start. Yes.
Okay. Let's hear your thoughts on this Shanks argument on the screen. Tosin is better than Fofana. Houston, Fofana for me is still. I mean, how old is he right now? I'd still call him a potential. I think at most 24.
I think he's younger than that, coach.
I said at most. That's why I'm using the term at most.
Yeah.
Wesley Fofana age.
23, yeah, 23.
Yeah, 23. So he's still very young. Tosin, you could say, definitely has experience over him. But one thing I don't think changes about Fofana is the way he applies himself on the pitch. Always comes across that rash, even when it's not. But in most cases, you could say that he makes rash decisions. What was that game that you could argue we were lucky enough to have considered a penalty? And in that same game, he did the same thing that he did that could have led to us considering a penalty right outside the box. Maybe because he played in the right back position on that day. But here's the thing. Tosin is more cool-headed than Fofana. Tosin, you could argue, passing range wise is way better. Tosin reads the game better than Fafana. Can drive. You know what? I agree. Tosin is a much better player, but they're both good. But here's the thing where that argument is with a caveat. Fafana is still very young. Maybe when he gets to the age of Tosin, he'd be better than Tosin. You never know. But one thing I don't think will ever change is the way he applies himself. He always seems in a hurry. I don't know. But
It's
that's
all
it.
about
Let's hear
balance.
you.
Yep, it's all about balance in the back line. Like we kept saying, you have to be balanced. You got to have one calm head, one guy that comes out and is aggressive. You can't have two
Mm.
aggressive guys there because there's going to be mistakes in the defensive line and also conceding fouls, and we've seen that quite a lot. So yeah, that's why when we say that, that's what we're trying to talk about.
Yep. Yeah, and it turns out that's the case in most cases if you pay attention to how we defended. And to find out the way he comes at the opposition player, the way he gets dribbled easily can be annoying. That's because him not timing his tackle attempt properly. Tosin is more composed, calmer, more experienced, and reads the game better. As if I read your mind. I think if you
Yeah,
understand football, you see that's the case. And that's not saying that Fofana is a bad player. Here, do you think what do you make of the argument? Us seeing a rotation between Romeo Lavia and Moises Caicedo. In this case, I think it was Shank that said in the comment in the chat section that Caicedo will be rested and Lavia starts. I wouldn't mind that, but do you think it happens today? And the manager during his press, I was asked something to the effect of seeing the three of them start in the game, and he said yes, that can happen. And I think he did mention an example where, yeah, I think it was our season opener. Three of them were on the pitch
yeah, yeah.
and the Lavia had to be taken out for some reason. But I've seen people argue that it's not going to work. It will work in a 4-3-3 structure to be more specific, but defensive approach maybe. But let's say you Dante.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, this game is going to tell us a lot about that midfield situation, how we're going to go into it. I personally would still play Caicedo, but I think there's a good chance that Lavia will start. But yeah, it's a toss of a coin, to be honest. It's up to the coach, and it's 50-50, I think. I don't know. And that includes Enzo in that conversation as well. Uh, that's what I said. After today, we'll find out. We'll know what he wants. But yeah, Newcastle will sit back. So I think probably Caicedo will suit a little bit more, in my opinion. So yeah, I think Caicedo will start.
Yeah, I think he starts. He didn't play
And I'm
midweek.
also going by seniority,
Hmm.
age, seniority, and just experience basically as well. So I'm going by that as well. Let's not forget Lavia's 19, so he's still got a lot of time ahead of him, and you know they don't want to rush him back. Start game after game after game either. And there is even though people don't like it, but there is a pecking order, and there is seniority, and there is experience ahead of him. He's there to come in for these players if they're really underperforming, or there's a little problem, an injury, or the whatever, suspended. But I still think that Enzo and Caicedo are the first two on that team sheet in those positions, in my opinion, personal opinion.
Yeah, 10 changes. I think the lineup is out. Let's see. So we're not
No,
going to
not
try to.
yet.
Yeah, it's out. It just came out. I just
Oh,
saw something from the app saying 10
early. Well, it
changes.
should be early. Well, okay.
Yeah, usually it does happen sometimes. Let's just look at it. But we've done our best. We have our suspicion. I think we've covered the area where we believe the manager will make changes. Just give me 1 second here. Let's
All
see
right,
if
bring it up,
it's.
coach.
Yeah, let me try and bring it up. Let's see. Let's give me 1 second here. And just quickly, Jabalan is very saying we ought to overcome Barn. Who's abbreviating his name like that? Murphy. When we attack Newcastle today and neutralize Gilmer is how you pronounce his name, as well as Bottle, Contain, Gordon, Isaac, and Harvey Burns, and we trash Newcastle 3 goes to nothing. I trust the manager to find a solution to that. He watches a lot of games, I've heard. Fafana and Kowa for me are not the answers. If they were bought today, they wouldn't walk into this team. I think I agree with you. And if you're following us on X, we appreciate you. We have A total of 65 people following the show. Only 23 on YouTube. The rest on X. If you're following the show on X, do us a favor. Kindly take a second to drop a like on the video for us, and also do subscribe to follow our X account to help us get to 5,000 followers as soon as possible. And to Beho, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to you for doing covering our classical on our sister channel. You're really putting in the work so that we can grow that particular channel, and I appreciate that. So let's go to this place. Just give me 1 second here. Looking to open here. Okay, this is where we're looking. I don't know if it has reflected. Has it still saying predicted lineup? Well, let me see if I can find.
I haven't seen it come up, Coach. So I don't know where you're seeing it, but
let me
think
see
this
the
is
app. Let me see if
predicted,
it's correct there.
actual lineup.
I got a message from the app which says it says the manager makes 10 changes. So that's definitely about the lineup. Do you use the Fifth Sound app?
No. I just I look at
The Twitter?
it just comes up. It just comes as up from Reuters in Germany, like live straight away. It's just on Google. That's the one they use, so it happens instantly. So it hasn't come up yet. So I don't know where you've seen it, but
Yeah, I saw the notification that the manager made 10 changes. Lineups.
I think it's predicted lineup is out, but not actual team sheet lineup. They haven't put that in yet. It's usually 1 hour. It can't be this early.
I am quite sure what I saw. 10 changes. Okay, let me open it here again. Confirmed Chelsea lineup versus Newcastle. Reece James, Romeo Lavia, and Cole Palmer are among those to return to the Chelsea starting 11 for this afternoon. And and the FOTMOB just updated, so it will show on FOTMOB right now. So once you see the manager makes 10 changes or 3 changes, it's definitely that the lineup is out. So let's refresh this out.
So who's in? Caicedo and Lavia's playing?
Let me read it again.
Or is Caicedo not?
Reece James, Romeo Lavia, and Cole Palmer are among those to return. So I don't see. Okay, head coach Enzo Maresca.
Yeah, Caicedo Lavia, coach. Yeah, it is. Yep. Okay. So he's left Enzo out. Okay, so that tells us a lot now.
He's left him out. Yeah. You're not gonna hear. I think Carlito will be all over X now saying he called it.
Yeah, look, there'll be a lot of people. I mean, like I said, it was 50-50 in my opinion, because we don't know exactly. So there's a lot that goes into it. But look, it is very defensive. That's a little bit defensive in my.
It's a little bit defensive minded.
And Gusto as well, instead of Cucurella. So yeah, look, Gusto is not very good going forward, especially not on the left. He doesn't have a left foot as good, nowhere near. We saw him struggling. So he doesn't create anything going forward.
Ooh. So who was that in the chat that said Neto will start over Sancho, and it's happening?
It looks like it is, but that's more than changes. That's more than one change. But anyway, yeah, Neto looks like Neto is in as well on the left, but he's not really suited on the left. That's not his strong position. So I'm not sure why he's playing there. But anyway, like I said, stuff we don't know. We can't see training.
Why do you think Neto is starting over Sancho in this game? And on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side, we still have Madeke, whom we've been arguing will be the one to make way for Neto.
Yeah. Yep.
And if you're saying that Newcastle, they've been defending deep and tried to hit the opposition on the break,
yes,
is Neto the right guy?
Probably not, especially not on the left. On the right, he's much better on the right. He's way better on the right than the left. But look, the coach made the decision. He's obviously seen in training stuff we don't know. Like I told you, it's training. Depends how they trained, how they recovered, traveling, blah, blah. There's a lot of things that go into it. I don't mind. I mean, it's still a great lineup. We don't mind. It's just, it's an interesting one.
It's still I mean, we have a very good squad. Whoever comes in does a very good job.
Yep. I don't mind. Sancho hasn't been the best. So Neto on form probably deserves a little bit ahead of him. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Interesting. So we're learning a lot. We knew, again, does that mean that Cucurella isn't a starter in the Premier League? I'd say no.
Well, I don't believe it should.
I think the manager is balancing the priority, but unfortunately, a lot of people will say, yeah, Enzo is done. That's because You know,
Oh yeah, that's going to be the narrative. Enzo's
yeah,
done,
that's going
thank
to be the
God. Blah
narrative.
blah. See
Yeah.
you later. Thank you, Enzo. That's going to be the narrative. But yeah, look, it's let's just wait and see. Lavia, when I know he'll come off. He will come off probably 55th, 60th minute. He'll come off because there is too. Yeah, he hasn't played obviously as much, so he'll probably come off because they'll just still managing him. There'll be a plan for him this early, but Enzo will come on for him. It depends how the game goes, I guess. But that should be the straight swap when they do make the substitution. I'm just a little bit. It's a bit too defensive for me. So Lavia doesn't go forward, stays back. Caicedo, when you've seen him play next to Lavia, stays back. Gusto's going to stay back. We're a little bit defensive, so we're doing what we did against Liverpool.
So probably he felt that maybe the feeling or maybe the thinking is that what we did against Liverpool worked, but probably he's quite aware that we didn't create that much that day. I don't know. Maybe Copama creates a lot today. I don't know, but let's see. I trust him. Whatever he does,
Look,
I'm all
this
for it. But go ahead. What you
team
were
is still
saying?
very good. It's just interesting to see how he's changing things up all the time. He's not when you think he's being consistent. I'm talking about Maresca. He changes it up again. So yeah, he's changing it up quite a bit. But like I said, he sees stuff in training we don't know. So yeah, we'll have to trust the coach, and I do trust him, so that's fine.
Yeah, I do trust him too. So let's see what else we have here. Fafana and Caldwell for me are not the answer if they were both. Okay, we've addressed down. Oh, Big Ty, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join us this particular morning. Big up to you too. The lineup is our coach. Yeah, yeah. I told this much when I saw the manager makes 10 changes or made 10 changes. I knew, yeah. And on the bench, by the way, we have Jorgensen, Tosin, Viega, Correa, Enzo, Modric, Sancho, Joao, Felix, and Kunku. Any big name missing there from the bench? No. I think that's the way it should be. We have a very good
Hey,
squad,
Modric, the last
strong
one.
squad, irrespective of who's on the pitch and who's on the bench. Go ahead. Were you saying something? All
Who did
right.
you say? Someone's missing. Is Modric there? I couldn't hear.
Modric is on the bench. Modric is
Okay.
there. Jorgensen, Tosin,
Okay. Yeah.
Viega, Correa, Sancho, Joao, Felix, and Kunku, all there. Why? What a bench. We haven't that hasn't happened for us.
So we've got
Uh, Go ahead.
two left centre backs on the bench. We got
Viega is
Gusto
okay.
right back
Viega is
playing
there.
left
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Um, Vega can also
Yeah.
fulfill the DM role. Thank you for that, Ty. Okay. But never. No, nice to see you. Sorry, I don't understand what you're trying to say there, Samuel. But nice to see you, Coach. Yeah, I told you I had a feeling Sancho wouldn't start. I don't know why. It wasn't like he had a bad game against Liverpool. But here's the thing. That's why we have such a depth. Well, in terms with regards to the size of our squad, anybody can come in depending on the opposition. So I'm happy. Maya the rapper, nice to see you, bro. I hope you're doing well. Big up, coach. Big up in the chat. Up the Chelsea 3 points today. No excuses. I mean, we're capable of winning it. Whether we win, I don't know. I'll just leave it up to the manager and the players to answer that question. Maresca is a visionary. Serious one. Charles, thank you for saying that. He saw what I saw in Sancho, and it's not good news for Sancho. I don't think so. I think the most argument I've listened to is Sanchez starting depends on the opposition. People keep thinking it's NATO or Nani. NATO will be competing for minutes more or more with the left wingers this season. That is serious. Okay, we'll see if that's the case. But NATO is better off on the right, given what I believe I know about him. Yeah, he must give NATO a chance. Yeah, but now we're seeing the chance may well be on the right hand side. We wouldn't be squabbling this much over CB positions if we kept Chaloba. Fofana was kept in favor, and look how much he has stagnated. I don't think how did he stagnate? I think he's a much better player than Fofana. As much as I would have loved us to keep Fofana and sell this a C. That's my opinion, and you're entitled to your opinion, so I respect that. Big up Maya there. Nani can actually beat his man. Yeah, he can. But as long as it drops a bit of that selfishness, that's fine. I never thought our team will be this hard to pick, but whoever he puts out there will be our best, and I will support that person, I have to say. I don't say bad things about our players, but 4-0 is what I'm going for. Whew, I don't like it when I start seeing a lot of predictions that we're going to mop the floor with the opposition. Cobra turns into Maguire, with Fafana is next to him. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, just saying hi to Ty. Anything else to read here? Let's see. I don't like the Chelsea starting 11. Chelsea 11 selected, but it's not what I like that matters. I have a bad feeling about this match. Wow. Okay, let's see. Probably your turn. I think I remember you telling me a story of your uncle being uncle past uncle who's passed was a fan of Newcastle United, something to that effect. Correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm mixing things up. Apologies. But I get where you're coming from. Sancho unused for Panathinaikos game, and now he's on the bench. 135 minutes on the bench. That carries no logical reason. I wouldn't, because of that, say that's it for him. Listen, for every we if you've done your research on Maresca, uh, he changes things based on the opposition. It's as simple as that, really. So I think it's too early to conclude that that's it for Sancho. No, he actually likes Sancho. Our cousin is on the bench. Ish Lavia is over him, and I understand it ends up being in the shadows. I don't think so. I knew that a lot of us are gonna take that and run with it, but I don't think that's the case. 3-1 to Chelsea. Lavia scores today. Bookmark it. Okay. I will never forget that. Sancho is terrific when it comes in as a substitute. See him later on today when we beat Newcastle by 3 goals to nothing. Here's the thing. I think we have good enough squad that certain players will start in certain games and certain will miss out. In all honesty, it's really that simple. And here, I don't care who starts over who, as long as the manager feels like the players he selected will get as a result. That's all I care about. It doesn't matter. I don't get paid from them if they start or if they stay on the bench. It will be mad to think Sancho is done with the season. Yeah, exactly. Lots of games to play. And the manager does he's got a job to do, and I'm just happy that we have such a good squad that every time one player is dropped, it leads to an argument, which means that yeah, that player in particular is actually good. Like last season, if the manager drops certain players, we go, yeah, that's the right thing to do. Um, all right, let's look at all the things. Sancho, Dante, anything else you want to talk about before we start looking at some of the insights? I think it's important. Team form, I think it's important we look at those. But let's hear you.
No, just a
Did
little
I
bit
lose
surprising
Dante?
some of the selections, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me, Coach?
Yeah, crystal clear. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, a little surprise, couple of players not playing, but like I said, we've got the squad to change it. The coach obviously sees something tactically that he wants, so that's fine. We'll see how the game goes. Hopefully, it works out. That's the only thing we can hope for. So we'll see what happens as the game goes on.
Yeah, I don't know whether Tobago. I don't know if Tobago scheduled a watch along. I want to know so I can redirect people
No, he's
there.
not, Coach. No, he's not.
It's not.
No.
Uh, I'm not sure whether to do a watch along right now or not. Should have, could have made sure that that reflects on the title, but I didn't do that. But that's right. Well, let's look at the insights. Just yeah, about an hour before the game starts. The insides were scored 14 goals in our last 5 games. Newcastle United have scored 3 goals in their last 5 games. You did mention the fact that they're not scoring a lot. I don't know how good they are defensively. We'll find out when we look at the goal concession measure. Chelsea have won the previous 2 matches against Newcastle United. You see, when we're talking about an opposition, when the focus is on the opposition, they don't mention how many times we've beaten them in 5 games. Now they've reduced it to 2 matches. Usually, if it is bad for us, they will mention how we've lost to that team in 19 times and won only once. They haven't scored in their last 2 matches. Wow. Cole Palmer is ranked second in big chances created in the Premier League. 9 big chances. That's more like it. Not when you read that a particular player has you can say it's top in the chart for big chances created, and you just see just one. But that's by the way, Alexander Isak has the most shots on target per match for Newcastle United, 1.1 per 90 minutes. All right, let's see what else we have here. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, team form. In 5 games, but you could argue they've been defending well. The fact that they're not, I get it, they're not scoring a lot. They're not conceding a lot either, Dante. In 5 games, they've considered, I know they considered 3 against Fulham away. 3 there, 1 there, that's 4. Uh, 5, they considered 5 in their last 5 games. And we've considered how many? It's 1, 3, 4, 6, and 8. We've considered 6, but we score a lot more. But here's the fact they've been, you can say 1 goal concession per game. I think at most 1 point something, and I haven't done the calculation. To me, simply means that defensively solid. Dante, what do you think?
And like I said, they haven't really lost by except that Fulham, but they haven't really. It's by 1 goal they've been losing, but they haven't been scoring, so they haven't been getting results as much. But they've been pretty solid defensively. Well, if you look at the midfield three, you can see why they've got very free physical players in the midfield area there. Look, they've been pretty good. They've got physicality, they got size, and they got speed up front. And normally Isaac's a clinical finisher, but just hasn't been this season. But yeah, look, they still got the quality, but they've been a bit under pressure this season, and they've struggled a little bit. But it is still early in the season for all these teams. Even though they haven't played well and haven't done that good, they're only 3 points behind us. So it is still so early. It doesn't really matter yet. But on form, yeah, they have not been good. Like I said, most Newcastle United fans, I watched 2 Newcastle fans talking about it. They're not expecting much from this game. They both said, they'll probably lose the way they've been playing and the way we're playing, especially our attack. So we'll just have to see how the game. And that's why I said I see it's a little bit too defensive with that setup. So yeah, hopefully we don't struggle too much on the offensive side, not having an extra attacker there, and then them sitting back like they have this season, just sat back, defended, and play on the counter only. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, look, I don't think it'll be like people are saying 4-0, 3-0. I don't think it'll be that much. If I am confident, I think we'll get a result or we'll win, but I think it'll probably be by 1-2 goals max, no more than that.
Yeah, I do think we'll concede. How many goals, I do not know. They have a dangerous players, Bans. Almiron starting. Why isn't Gordon on the pitch?
No,
Is
Gordon's
it
not playing. Javi Barnes has taken his spot. He's been in horrible form. So
Gordon?
yeah, yep.
Wow, that's an
Newcastle
interesting
players,
really.
Newcastle fans were saying, yeah, hasn't been good, not good enough, and looks like Javi Barnes has taken his spot. So and look, Javi Barnes is a very good
Ty,
player.
Ty
He's
is
been out
saying that
injured a
Gordon
lot.
is injured.
He's injured.
No, Matt Target
Yeah.
injured. Martin Dubrovka injured. Jamal Les injured. Kieran Trippier injured. Sven Botman injured. No Gordon there. On the bench, do they have Gordon? John Rudy, Vlahodimos Kraft, is that how you pronounce that? Lord Kelly, Joseph Willock, Lewis Miley, Sean Longstaff, Jacob Murphy. He's not here, so probably injured. He's not
Dropped.
even on the bench.
He got dropped then.
Or maybe he got dropped, possibly. Because if
Yeah,
he was
like I said,
injured, he'd be on
Newcastle.
the list of
Yeah,
injured players.
yeah. No, has done nothing, and he's been horrible. So maybe he just got dropped this game. They were all saying he should get dropped. So yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I did hear them say that yeah, they're gonna get dropped. He's gonna probably get dropped.
Hmm. If Lavia is sticking up for Enzo, I want to see if anyone here can explain the reason. Nothing you can say justifiable comes to mind except that maybe the manager wants us to be more defensively solid. That's the only argument. Enzo is unique, and I don't think anybody can take his place in this team except if it's a tactical decision. In my opinion, I just leave it at it's a tactical decision. I just leave it at that. I still believe he's one of the manager's most important player. If one paying attention, in his absence against Liverpool, we were defensively solid, but we created a lot less than we usually create. In my opinion, Dante, you have anything to add to that, or should I move on?
Well, we will find out because I'm 100% he will get asked that question after the game, win, loss, draw, whatever. He will get asked that question, and he will. So after the game, he'll tell us it's tactical, something else. He'll tell us, so we'll know exactly after the game.
Yeah, let's see. And it just says, Rich James must not let Gordon cook him. He's not on the pitch. He's not playing. Newcastle have a better defense than us in terms of conceding goals. Yep, that's shown on the screen. In fact, they aren't conceding too many. So this game will be a challenge, a difficult one. But one thing we've been good at is we ruin it for the teams. We met what's his name? We met Brighton when they hadn't lost a single game, and then we made sure they lose one. Newcastle, when we played Liverpool before that game, they hadn't considered for like 1,000 games. Then we made sure they considered on that day, but we didn't win. So yeah, let's see. If they defend that well, then we have to be more clinical to beat them. Otherwise, if it is one of those days that we usually get 10 chances and you said not put away, not put away have even a quarter of it, then we're in trouble. Gusto should have been a bench for Cucurella. Weird one from Maresca. I'm not gonna call it weird. He sees these players up close, and he knows what game plan he has in mind. And knows what player can help him implement that effectively. So it's his job. I don't think I've seen anything that would justify me complaining or not trust the manager. Let's see what else we have here. Maya, the rapper here, said, "Yeah, I think he benched the Cuckoo for Lavia because the Cuckoo inverts and you already have a DM that plays like a 6 and as an advanced 8." Yeah. So there are so many reasons why. The reasons when you look at them, you say, yeah, it's justified that certain players are starting. Gordon is injured. Okay, he's not even listed as one. Speedy recovery, but though, yeah, you're happy that he's not playing, right? We're safe. Newcastle was your second team. Okay. Gordon has ground issues according to Eddie Howe. So that's probably the most correct status there. Hello to you too, Toby. Good.
Yeah,
Nice to
Jadon
see
is
you out there. Hope
protecting
you're
him.
doing well. And Richard Moneymakers, big up the legends on the panel. Gordon is injured, still recovering. We must not lose today. I had to remix that to make sense of it. But nice to see you, Richie Moneymakers, and just saying hello to Tobeho. More likes, people. We have 26 likes, but definitely we can do a lot better than that. So if you haven't, take a second to drop a like on the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We sincerely do appreciate that. And this is saying the coolest Charles podcast. Okay, just saying hello to you. Anything else? Yeah, so Dante, let's talk more about it. I don't think there's anything else to look at here. We've looked at team form, looked at the insights, and let's see how many people believe that Chelsea will beat them. They say it should be in the 60s. Okay, I clicked on, maybe I cannot right now. It's not, oh, this guy here, sorry. I think I made a mistake there. I clicked the wrong thing. But Dante, anything else you want to talk about while you wait for me to get myself together?
Not just big up to Meyer as well. I saw he sent a message there, and Echo Man, big up Echo Man, Ty as well, Rain, everyone. Listen, just the two fullbacks for Newcastle. Did you see who the two fullbacks are?
Yeah. Ty is just realizing that I don't like him. That's a slow reaction right there. But that's, by the way, if you're in the chat and you have any questions, drop in the chat. Yeah, we'll try to address it. We're getting closer and closer to the game starting. I'm not sure if I should do a watch along since today isn't doing one. And thank you to Elliot Sports for becoming a member of the channel. We sincerely do appreciate that. Dante, what changes do you expect to see? I think if the pairing of Lavia and Casado proves to be um, a bit because of problematic in terms of creating more chances, I think we'd see Enzo coming earlier. What do you think? Definitely in the attacking area, the usual suspects, and Zhao Felix and Christopher Nkunku will come on if we're not creating that many, or if we're not scoring. If Jackson starts missing quite a lot, we'd see him. Maybe even Sancho comes in. We're allowed 5 changes, but let's see. Benchua illness, or just maybe they just go with whatever suits his status as a Chelsea player. But Dante, let's say you, what changes do you expect to see?
Well, look, Lavia will come off. Max, he will
You don't think he will
come,
finish the game?
no, he'll be on a restriction. He will be. It's just his second game, so he'll be on a restriction. He'll come off 60th minute, like he did. It was planned against Liverpool. He came off 55th minute, so he'll come off. Enzo will come on most likely, for him. So that should be pretty much a straight swap there. I can see Gusto coming off. He'll come off for Cucurella most likely, or Vega. Depends how the game goes. What we need defensively. But I'd expect, yeah, probably Cucurella to come on for Gusto. James as well. James as well will come off. He'll be on a restriction, 100%. Gusto might move to the back, or for fun. We've seen that before. For fun, I'm moving to the right as a right centre back, and then a right back, and probably probably be more. And you might see, like Vega come in, or Tosin. Depends, but yeah, James definitely, because he'll be on a restriction, second game back as well. Him and Lavia, 60th minute max, in my opinion. There'll be a plan for that, and they'll be automatically changed around the 60th minute for sure. Uh, yeah, front, like you said, Jackson's not producing. Nkunku will come for him for sure, most likely. Even if he's producing, he'll probably still come for him. Okay, net play as well in midweek. Yeah, Neto will probably come off for Sancho, most likely. Could be Mudryk as well. We never know. It could be Mudryk as well coming in for him. Again, depends how the game goes. So yeah, there will be. And he'll make the full 5 changes, or minimum 4 changes for this game, around that 60th. 100%. I'm 100% he'll make changes for those two, Lavia and James, around the 60th minute. The other ones maybe 75th minute, around then. But those two 100% that will come off earlier.
Yep. If you're in the chat, you have any questions, we're waiting for you. Ty is seriously complaining. I hope he doesn't sue me. Ty, the way I'd like to shout you out if I see you will include me saying your last name. Yeah, yeah, maybe I'll figure something out to make sure you don't sue me. All is well, just saying hello. And everyone come off Twitter, join us on YouTube to subscribe. We have 70 people in total watching, but only 16 of those on YouTube. The rest on X. If you follow, if your preference is to follow the show on X, remember we do appreciate you. It's not easy, but we want to ask you for one favor, which is to take a second, drop a like on the video for us on X, and also do follow our X account to help us reach 5,000 followers. If you don't mind, like Rich Money Makers' advice, and come join us on YouTube and like the video, and also do subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate that. Maya is saying, okay, just saying, okay, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. There's people exchanging pleasantries there. Good to see. Yeah, big up all the legends on the group chat. I will need.
Big up, Rich.
Yeah, that's you for sure. Don't worry, Coach. He's not gonna sue me for much. So I don't know. Let's go news hunting since we still have time. What do you think, Dante? Let's go news hunting to see if anything new has emerged, or maybe if the manager has explained why he made some of the changes he made. There, where's Vince? Let's see. These days, I'm careful to be sure because I don't have premium or plus where you have every right to stop ads or non-solicited you can say posts showing up on your post. This is you have to be careful with the X. You can see
It's 60%
X-rated
off at the
stuff.
moment, Coach. Come on, what are you doing?
Sorry?
It's
Sorry, what did
60%
you
off at
say?
the moment. What are you doing?
Oh, you want
Premium
to
is
run?
60% off on special.
No, I'm not doing that at Premium Extra. No, I'm not doing that. And he knows how to get you to want to do it by some nonsense showing on your page. Is it quoting? I felt even before the Panathinaikos game that Gusto will keep. Yep, I've seen that. Let's see. This is the lineup, anything Gusto picked ahead of Cucurella at left back. Uh, do you see it that way, really, Dante?
I don't know what he sees with Gusto playing a left back, to be honest, because he's not going to create anything going forward. And yeah, defensively he's okay. He's good. We know he's a very good defender, but he's just not going to give you much in terms of creating too much or getting crosses in or yeah, pretty much nothing. We saw when he did play last time in the left back, he had one chance to cross a ball in and he completely shanked it and missed it. Like yeah, because it's not his preferred foot, the left foot. So yeah, I don't see why. I don't understand why he would be playing there. Something else we don't know. Maybe I don't know, but I can't see it. I would definitely pick Cucurella over Augusto at the left back.
Without even getting to the argument whether the reason is one is a better player than the other, I think maybe it's a manager trying to keep everybody happy. If you've been playing mainly, maybe we're going to see a strategy where if you've been playing mainly in the Premier League, you start playing midweek, and those that have been playing midweek will start playing in the Premier League. I think it's a brilliant strategy if that's exactly what he's doing, because they're all
Yeah,
good players.
look, they're all good players, but who's the player that's been on form and that's been very good every single game? And Gusto hasn't really had the best of games that he's played.
How about if I say maybe the reason is that we need a strong, a little, you can say a squad that's a little bit more stronger than the squad we use in the other phase of the Conference League. I think it makes sense because the opposition, I think, is getting tougher and tougher, in my opinion.
No, not in the
You
Conference
don't
League.
think so?
No, they're gonna get even worse. The next two games, like the teams we're playing, they're gonna be like if it's not like 4-5 nil minimum, you'd be very surprised if the next two teams. You probably you never heard, you haven't even heard those clubs that we're playing the next couple of games. You don't even know what country they come from, coach. I can guarantee you that. So, no, we got pretty easy games coming up. Very easy games actually. So Panathinaikos was a big challenge compared to the next two that are coming up. Um, so no, that's not an argument. And just on form and merit, I think Cucurella's much I think he's a better defender on the left, and inverting he's a better defender than Gusto, in
In
my
the
personal
inverting thing,
opinion.
I think he wins the crown for me at Chelsea.
Yeah, if it wasn't inverting, maybe, but inverting 100% Cucurella wins that because he's very good at passing those
How
lanes as
about
well. So
I argue maybe the manager missed that in the Conference League, that players who's been starting there haven't been able to fulfill that role the way he would want to, and then he decides to maybe just slot Cucurella in the midweek squad and then bring someone in for the Premier League.
yeah, look, I don't know. It's just yeah, it's a bit of an interesting one. I wouldn't do it the way he does it, but that's he's getting paid the money to do that. He'll live and die by those decisions, so it's fine. I mean, I still love Gusto, of course. Just not a fan of him on the left as much because he can't create much on the flanks going forward. He just can't. He's not even centrally. We've seen him okay, but he hasn't really done anything centrally. He hasn't really like hit those passes, those the like Cucurella does, like really firm passes on the ground. Because Cucurella is underrated for his passing. He's actually a very good passer of the ball. So yeah, look, I don't know. It is what it is. It's tactical, obviously, because you said it's tactical. So obviously, maybe worried about the opposition, but I mean, it's Almiron playing there, so I mean, it's not nothing too special. So I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, we none of us we do not, we don't know what the manager's doing. There, about 40 minutes before the game starts, we can have some fun. We can continue news hunting. Rich Moneymakers, pardon my lack of attention. I should have remembered that you been, let me use the term, under the weather. I hope you're recovering. Much love to you. I'll be praying for you. Hopefully, if you believe in higher power, just believe that I'm praying for you and you'll get better. And if hopefully I don't forget, I'll reach out to you to see how you're doing. But good to hear that you're recovering. He says we need West Ham to beat Manchester United. It's a possibility, but West Ham are under, is it Lopeteglu?
Yeah, they've been horrible.
They've been
They've been worse than Man United.
Here's the thing. Let me say this. I think they're gonna lose that game. let's say under Lopetegui,
Probably a draw.
I think they will lose. I think they're trying to be, um, you could say, the sort of team they're not equipped to be. I don't know if that makes sense. That team they have right now, pragmatism have always has been there, was their thing on the what's it, the Scottish man, former Manchester United and Everton manager David Moyes. David Moyes, and I think the change from me is too drastic.
It is,
And
yeah, it is.
yeah, if it doesn't, you can say start being more pragmatic with the team he has, and you see him dropping some of West Ham's best players, in Michael Antonio. He's not the you say he knows how to bully defenders, and I was concerned him starting against us when we played them. And when I saw him on the pitch, I said, "Thank goodness, this man doesn't know this team very well." And you could tell when Antonio came on, he wasn't giving his best. He was like, you could see the frustration that he didn't start that game, and he's been perfect against Chelsea. Here's the thing: I think West Ham United are going to mop the carpet, the stadium carpet with them. They've been awful. They're trying to play in a manner that they're not equipped to play. That is my opinion. Lopetegui, this is not the Spanish league, and he's not equipped to do that thing. They're going to be fighting relegation in no time if he's bent on playing that particular way. But I don't know if you have anything to say about that. You go ahead, Dante. Let's hear you. After all, we don't have too much to talk about. We've gone news hunting, but we're back to looking at what we have in the chat. Did we lose you, Dante? Okay, it looks like we did. But that's by the way. Let's see what else we have here. Gusto cooked all the wingers in our last games last game when we played Newcastle United. Amaya is saying Gusto is fullback, but I see why he wants to put him at left back. I thought it was a tactical switch for Salah last week, but I don't know why. Let me see what Maya is saying there, but I don't know why he favors him. I don't know either until he explains. Dante, you want to talk about the West Ham United since the Richie Moneymaker talked about them? I think United will mop the stadium carpet with them, but let's hear you.
I don't think United will mop the stadium with anyone, coach. So no, that's not happening.
It
But they
depends on
will
who they're
probably.
playing against. Because here's the thing, in all honesty, West Ham just cannot defend right now. But
Yeah,
go
but they
ahead.
still got a couple of players that will get a goal. Kudus probably a couple of players, and he'll probably change it up this game because he's under
I
pressure.
think
So,
Kudus will be suspended. So even worse.
oh, is he? Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think so. In the last game, he got a red card.
Oh, yeah, he did too. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
is that
Yeah.
am I correct?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. He scored and then he got a red card. Yeah, he did. Yeah, late on. Yep,
Because
he
yeah,
did.
he
Correct.
thought they were going to win the game, but they yeah. But go ahead, what you're saying.
Yeah, look, so he might change it up this game, not as offensive. So yeah, look, hopefully it's a draw. I don't want Man United to win. Hopefully a draw would be perfect result, but yeah, it's hard not seeing them. But I don't think they'll beat them really that bad. If it is 2-0, 2-1, maybe, but I don't see Man United going, scoring that many goals past them. To be honest, they will be more defensive now if that's the case. He's under pressure. Kudus is not there anymore either, so yeah, he'll probably play a bit more defensive as well.
Yeah. Well, let's see. What else do we have? Yeah. Yeah.
Like you
Good
said,
one,
coach,
Maya.
he's trying to
There.
play offensive with a team that's a defensive unit that's set
Yeah,
up as
that's
a
it's
defensive
a
unit. He's
structure to
trying to play
play
offensive
more of a
football.
defensive football and hit the opposition on the break. So good tapping from me, but go ahead. Let me let you
Yeah,
finish.
like you said, exactly. Yeah, he's trying to do that with a defensive team that was set up, physical defensive, set up for set pieces, counter. Now he's trying to play more offensive, and yeah, it's not working. Like you said, it's a big change. They don't have those. They do have some of those players, but they're so used to the other system that yeah, because they do have a good squad. It's not like good
They do
players.
have a lot of good players. They've spent some money too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna take care of something quickly here. I don't know. Oh my gosh, what name does he go by? Did he change his name?
No problem,
Primary
coach.
is there. Go ahead, Dante. You can talk to them. Just give me 1 second. I want to take care of something
Yeah, I'll
quickly.
just talk. Yeah, Maya's just saying that Cucurella has been in form. He deserves the starting 11 place. Yeah, I agree, Maya. He's been in form. He did the job very well every time he's played. He hasn't hardly put a foot wrong. Um, and Gusto, yeah, when he did play there left back, look, he did a good job. But like I said, he offered nothing going forward or anything like that. He just did a job. He was brought in from Mohamed Salah to mark Mohamed Salah, man mark Mohamed Salah. And he did a very good job in the end, but still, he got away a couple of times from him. And obviously, they got that assist when he scored the goal. That was, yeah, I can understand that one because Cucurella wasn't available and Vega, yeah, I knew they were probably going to sub one. Vega will start or Gusto will start or they'll alternate. And that's exactly what they did. They alternated that one. He started and then Vega came on. But yeah, just someone that plays so well in that position, been in form ever since the Euros and continued this
Mhm.
league. If you say what's our best three players this season, I would say probably, or maybe top four around there. Caicedo has been amazing. Uh, Cucurella is one of those. That's top three, four players that have been our best players this season. I think you have to put Cucurella in that discussion. So yeah, Jackson, Cucurella, Palmer, those have been our sort of best players, our most consistent players. So yeah, it's a bit of a surprise. So I'm not sure what's happening there, but we'll find out more. It's only this. We'll see what happens, next game, and it's still early in the season, obviously, like we said.
And can we be honest here? I think Kukureya's involvement in the midweek game made us even better, in my opinion. Wouldn't you
Yeah, of
say?
course, it made us a lot better. It made us very good. But that's what we're saying. He was in form. He was doing good, and he did play. This is the thing. He played his two left backs in that game. So because Vega started, he played the full, and so did
Yeah.
you off and Vega. So I'm not sure why that was the case, to be honest. But yeah, it is what it is.
It looks like your Walmart internet level has started. I hope you don't get mad at me for saying that. Um,
Sorry, my connection here.
did you hear
You
everything
back?
I said?
Did you say something about Walmart again, or?
It looks like your Walmart internet level connection has started, but that's by the way. And it's Sports TV. I want to thank you for becoming a member of the community. Sincerely, do appreciate that. I cannot thank you enough. Let's give me a second here. I think we need to celebrate you. We need to be doing that for new members. And I have to be paying attention to when members clock certain milestones to appreciate them. It's not easy to support the channel, and we have a lot of backlog in terms of the videos, members only videos that Matt has been producing. Some people I wish I could make members for free, but it has to be at random. And every time I try to get some people to become members, do they get lucky? And no, they haven't been lucky enough. But bro, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's not easy to decide to be paying to become a member, even though even without being a member, that I still read your comments. I want to say thank you for that. Let's celebrate you.
Big up in Sport TV. Very
That
nice, coach. Very
it
nice.
just looks like your Walmart level internet connection is affecting mine.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. You could do better,
Like
man.
accusation, right? All right, big up, bro. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for becoming a member. West Ham cannot do anything, guys. Leave Dante alone. He thinks they're gonna draw. I think United will mop the floor with them. Even though I don't want United to win, I think they will beat the heck out of West Ham United. And who said? I think I did see somebody saying Eric Ten Hag is one lucky. Yeah, I have to say that. I think probably the reason not to fire him was down to the fact that one too many, and there still isn't too many top level managers at the time, in my opinion. Um, do I think they would have been better off hiring the current Was where one of our boys, they bought one of
Southgate,
our boys. Huh?
Southgate, no.
No, not not Southgate. I'm talking about
Potter.
what's the guy from the championship? He won the English Manager of the
Potter.
season. What? They are three.
What
They
about
are
Graham
third
Potter?
at in the bottom of the table. I think they're third. They're three. Kind of last
Oh,
three.
the Ipswich manager.
Ipswich manager, yeah. They wanted to hire him. Why they didn't go ahead with him, I don't know. But I would say that Ten Hag was just, you could say, lucky that there weren't too many top level managers. There weren't any, and Thomas Tuchel, I think, wasn't so keen. Or maybe he was keen, but United wanted to, you could say, their tradition of giving managers more time. That's that did work out for them in the case of Sir Alex Ferguson. I don't think they've learned anything. I don't think Ten Hag will ever do well in the Premier League. Look how much they spent under him alone, in my opinion. But go ahead if you have anything to add to that, Dante.
Yeah, he's not going to be honest. He's got all his signings pretty and hard of them. Like 6 or 7 of them, or actually 8, I think, played under him already. He's paid a lot of money for them, and if that wasn't the case, I'll maybe say, okay, yeah, look, they need to find a manager, and I'm sure they're not that dumb. They're probably going to start looking, and they'll probably, once someone comes available that they really want groundwork, they'll probably make the change. Yeah, it's not going to be till
He's
January,
pretty good
most
at
likely.
throwing players under the bus, blaming his players for the bad results. I think he's worse than I think he's worse than Pochettino in terms of excuses, really.
Yeah, look, he hasn't seen at all. He did win cups. Give him credit for that. They still won it. Doesn't matter. So he still won something for Manchester United. Um, but yeah, I mean, they finished pretty bad on this table last year, and this year's looking not too much. So, are they going to get lucky again to win a cup to qualify for Europe like they did last year? That's a long shot. So, yeah, it's only a matter of time, I think, with him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been lucky indeed. Yeah, he shouldn't have a job right now. My opinion. Eric Ten Hag is yeah, whatever you say there. Hi to you too, my bro. Nice to see you. And if you're watching, I don't know, he's enabled that on his YouTube channel. I wanted to redirect you guys to my bro and friend Sadiq of Worldwide Chelsea been doing a watch along show. I've checked more than 3 times now. It doesn't look like he's allowing people to redirect viewers to his YouTube channel. But I'll try again in a bit. Again, the more we're losing people, I don't. It'd be useless to try to actually do that. Maybe next time. West Ham cannot do anything. I think I agree. Malagusto at left back worries me. I'm not worried really. I don't know, but how about you, Dante? Is it a problem, a worry for you, or do you think we're good even if he starts there?
I'm not worried defensively at all. Like, obviously, it'll make us much more solid defensively. So I'm not worried in that sense. Offensively, yeah, a little bit offensively because he doesn't on the left. He doesn't favor his left foot, so he can't really whip on the right when we see
Hmm.
him when he does play on the right. So there is a difference there, and that's the only thing probably. But defensively, no, he's going to do a solid job defensively. Should have no problem. We'll have to see how the two midfielders, uh, Caicedo and Lavia, if they both sit deep, and then Gusto's inverting as well. Well, that's 3 defensive midfielders basically. So we'll see how that one goes. Is he going to invert and stay right next to them, or is he going to try to push up a little bit? Because against Liverpool, he did a bit of both. He inverted, but then he also went a little bit forward as well. Uh, so we'll just have to see how. But yeah, no problem defensively at all. He's a solid defender, so we have no problems there.
All right, thank you. Eric Ten Hag is, I think we've read that, and Dante, shout out to you in the same sentence there. I know this is the right time to say I take back everything I said about Casado. He proved me wrong. Great start for him. Here's the thing, I like you even more right now. It takes, not everyone is capable of, you could say, agreeing that they made a mistake. And to the extent of, you could say, tendering an apology, that's not easy. But I appreciate you even more, bro, for that. Big up, yeah, big up for becoming a member. We do appreciate you and we celebrate you. McKenna, nah, he won't handle the United pressure. They are already in a mess. So maybe that was the reason why he didn't really, you could say, he didn't show interest. Maybe he showed interest and the United decided to do otherwise. I honestly do not know how the whole thing unfolded, maybe, for lack of a more specific language. So we're going to go back to news hunting here to see what else we can see out there. Where were we on this page? I think. Uh, so was it this one? I think it was, yeah. We were here. Yeah. Show me who to follow. We've seen the lineup. And Reece James's program notes, it felt great to return to the pitch last week and be involved in a big game again. When you're returning after a spell out, it's important to take it step by step. And that first match is the biggest step of them all. Hopefully, you help us get a win today. Yes, I don't want to listen to
Coach, can
anybody.
we talk about? Sorry to cut in. Can we talk about what Maresca said about Reece James captaincy?
Yeah, the leadership thing. But go ahead. Let me have you start it off.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've got it there. If you want to bring it up.
Just something just popped up on my screen. I'll see if I can bring it on the screen there. But go ahead. You can start up the conversation.
Okay. Yeah. Well, look, I saw a lot of people. Obviously, it's a big thing trending. Everyone's making their opinion on it. Look, I'm very happy he actually did it. I think it's very important to be honest and speak up about that, and that will also push James. We'll see if he's actually got it, if he actually responds. How he responds is going to tell you absolutely everything about if he's a captain material.
So you're
Now,
saying Maresca is trying to get into his head?
yeah, of course he is, and that's exactly what he needs to do. But it is the truth. Like I've been telling this for a long time. I'd never thought he deserved the captaincy. I don't think he's captain material. Not yet. He wasn't, especially when he got a couple of years ago.
Mm.
I think he's not vocal on the pitch. His demeanor is not of really a captain. Uh, I don't see him as a captain. Like, and obviously Maresca's seen this in the short time he's been. He's seen this and he's put the pressure. He's probably had a chat with him about it. Maybe he hasn't really responded that well. And he's made. He's like, okay, I'm going to make it public, and that will put the pressure on. And like you said, get in his head. And how he responds with this is going to be a key, I think, because I don't see him staying captain. To be honest, if he doesn't step those things up. For Maresca to say that, coach, it has to be he's not doing it off field in the dressing room or off field stuff we don't see. He's not contributing how he should as a captain, or how Maresca sees a captain how he should be, contributing. We know James is a bit of a introvert. He's very quiet. He's a bit, he's a lot of the younger ones these days. They are a bit like that. They're not like the captains used to be involved, but obviously Maresca sees that as something very important, and he's put the pressure on him. Step up. Let's see what you're made of. And if you don't respond, well, then we'll take that pressure off you, and then concentrate on your football. We'll take the captaincy off you. Concentrate on your football and your health, and get back to what you were, before the injuries, etc. I don't I think it's a great thing he made it public and brought it out, and I also think if he loses the captaincy, I think it's actually a positive for James. He can then concentrate on his football and his health. And either way, it's a positive for me. So I'm actually very happy he came out with it and said that, because you have a guy available, not really shows on the pitch, because we have, I don't know if you agree with on the pitch, doesn't go in, Brad doesn't get it. He's not vocal at all. He speaks or yells at his players, or he doesn't speak at all. He's very quiet. And also his attitude. He's not like that aggressive. Yeah, he got, and you know what I mean. He's not. He's not a presence. He hasn't got that yet. He hasn't got that presence. That's got to do with obviously not playing for 2 years. Yeah, obviously stuff always for this is if he's not doing it behind the scenes, where it's more important, very important as well. Then and 100% he needs to make that change. So that's my opinion on it.
It's this is an important topic, and unfortunately, you can see um, maybe the emergence of some unfortunate argument. Some people, without knowing it, arguing that he should be the team's the club's captain based solely on his playing ability, probably without knowing that they're doing the same. There's just people here questioning why is he saying that we lack real leadership when we have Rich James. And in all honesty, if we're being truthful to ourselves, I said, what have you done? We say that justifies him being the captain, or that shows, yeah, he's a good leader. Or if anything, on occasions where again he's done some silly things that showed, yeah, he still has a long way to go in terms of becoming a real leader in the team. So, but unfortunately, we go back. That brings us to our argument. With the argument we've always made here, the average football fan doesn't see football beyond goals and assists, and I don't blame them. At one point in my life, I was like that too. But I think it makes sense. Maybe it's the manager's way of telling him, and I believe that's the case. Just like how he's handling the Mihailo Mudryk case, is that maybe it's his way of telling him, you need to do more. You need to do more. And this is not about him being absent from the team for a while now. No, I think this is really about what he does whenever he's available as the leader. Hardly speaks, actually. He hardly
Never
speaks.
does. Yeah,
Yeah.
interviews nothing. He doesn't speak. He's never up
So
there as a interviewer. Like a captain should be front and center to everything. To be honest, yeah, it's a bit different these days. The younger kids, they're a bit different. They're not quite the same. I understand that argument quite a lot. I see it with my niece and stuff. They're all very different, but doesn't matter. This is still professional football, and it is a team sport, and you need to have that leadership quality. You need to show it on and off the field always, and you need to earn
consistently
it.
too.
Yeah, you need to earn it. And like you said,
Yeah,
I don't think he
and
actually
yeah, go
earned
ahead.
it. I don't think he actually earned it when he was giving it, when he got given it.
I
He,
think it was at
I
the
mean,
time when you could say he got it because of the sentiment that he's an academy product. I'd
correct. That's
argue
what I mean.
that
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
part. I can't quite remember the players we had at the time. You could argue we had players who could have been better suited for the role, but that sentimentality, that sentiment maybe will almost always be there, especially with the local fans who more
oh,
attached
100%.
with the
Yes.
academy product. So, but in all honesty, as we've already talked about, he needs to be doing more, and the manager still likes him. He's one of our best players, but you need a lot more from your captain, besides him being one of our best players. His demeanor for me comes across as you could say so calm to be the captain. Even Levi Colwell, who you'd argue we've talked about at length how he's too hot headed to be a captain. I'd rather him be the captain and
Yeah, I would
then
give it to him as well over
yeah, and
James. Yeah.
polish his hot-headedness. I think he's going to make a much better leader than Levi Colwell. I get it. There's always the argument that you don't have to be the most vocal to be a captain. Leading by example these days isn't enough, in my opinion.
No, I would definitely give it to Colwell over him. Just because I have not seen anything in the 2 years. Like I said, he hasn't really played, okay, but off field, obviously, we haven't seen nothing really much off field. We haven't seen interviews. He just hasn't. It doesn't act like a captain to me. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it was put onto him, and I think he's gone with it, especially having the 2 years off. So he just kept it anyway because he hasn't been playing. He hasn't, but that's not how it's earned, and it's not how it should be. And Maresca's seen that, and finally, I've been saying this. I kept saying, "How does Potter, our ex, not see this?" I mean, Maresca has seen it, and he's seen it behind the scenes, where it's very most important, and he's had to go public with it because he probably had a chat with him earlier in the season or in preseason about it. He probably hasn't responded that well. So now he's probably gone and okay, I'm going to make it public. Simple. You either step up or you step back. Simple as that.
And I like Maresca because he couldn't give an shit what the public thinks. Um,
No,
he
he's
doesn't.
he's given he's the hard line. He walks the hard line. You
Mhm.
either have it or
And
you
that's
don't,
what
and you
defines
just
a top manager. That's what defines a top
Exactly,
manager.
it does. Of
Yeah,
course,
he
those tough
doesn't care.
decisions. Yep.
Hmm. And here's the I'm glad we have him as our manager, and I think he's handling everything. He's handled everything that's you can say that's been thrown at him perfectly. Very intelligent guy, actually, beyond his you can say tactical acumen as a manager. He's an excellent manager, really. What was it? I think there was something else I was going to say. I think he's still going to give Rhys James time, and maybe him
Oh
saying it
yeah.
publicly is part of his, you could say, his plans to get him to live up to what a proper captain should be, what a proper leader should be. In all honesty, I'd say Cole Palmer will actually make a better captain than Rhys James, except until proven otherwise.
Even Cole Palmer, Enzo,
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, even
because you could
Enzo,
see him on the
even
pitch. If we consider
even
goal, you
Enzo
could see
doesn't
him
speak
get
well English. He
get
still
get
makes a way
pissed
better
and
captain.
try to get his teammates, rile them up and all that. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Right. Exactly, coach. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, Enzo at least he's got that passion, that fire. You see him, you know, you see him do it. You see him that leadership, and Maresca's seen that. He obviously does it behind the scenes as well. And even though we had that incident with Enzo, his teammates still look how much they still respect him after it. So if they didn't, it would you will see a lot of things come out. But obviously they still respect him quite a lot. And they like that. Players like that when there's a guy like that. They love that, especially young players. They need someone like that. We don't, unfortunately, we're not blessed to have a leader, a more mature John Terry or any mature player. We don't have quite that. Hence, Maresca went the route of giving 5 captains basically. Well, Reece James as captain, and then the rest lieutenants, as you would say. But yeah, uh, I'm happy he's done this because he's, like you said, he's very calculated, Maresca, and he's done this also to, even if to tell the sporting directors or the owners. I told him privately, he didn't respond. I made it public, he didn't respond. At the end of the
Yeah.
season, I want to make the change. I want he hasn't responded to make the change. Further, so captain. So he's covering his bases as well, but he's pushing him, and it helps Reece James. It's either he's going to take it on board and become a captain, or he's just not. And I don't see it a bad either way. For me, it's a positive because I think, like I said, if he's not, there's a lot of pressure off him, heaps of pressure. That armband still comes with a lot of pressure. So a lot of pressure off him, and he can concentrate on his football, get back to your best football health.
Yeah, we have about just about 2 minutes before the game starts, but before that, we're not going to let it get to that. We still leave I think 4 minutes or so before the game starts, so that you can go get coffee or whatever you need. Just quickly, Maya here is saying the fact that Maresca came out and said that Tosin is one of the guys that have leadership qualities apart from Reese. It is probably off the field too. Yeah, that's an intelligent comment right there. Maresca even said he's a vast guy, but he wants him to push out to that leadership role. Yeah, let's see what else we have here. I agree with you, Dante, because if we had a guy like JT Jackson and Madueke wouldn't behave like children, especially on social media. What else do we have here? Maya is saying Levi Cowell gives me captaincy vibes. Yeah, I agree with you, especially off the pitch. On and off the pitch, I think he has it in him. Our ex gave them that bad. What a fraud. You speak in the language now. Ty is calling us Dr. Phil now. But Ty, you don't have to do that, bro. All love. Your channel helps mental health wise. I sincerely do appreciate that. So football wise, we're crap. Dante, can
Thanks,
you
Ty.
decode that? But Ty, I appreciate you. Dante, let's talk about this quickly. You could say um, the past hierarchy of captaincy at the club, you could argue, or you could say pecking order of captaincy under our ex, especially. You could say was mainly driven, or you could say somewhat driven by politics. Cherwell included, just not to maybe cause friction in the dressing room. Who else was in line there? Even currently under Maresca, somewhat driven. I don't know because I don't know Casado to be a leadership type. Maybe Enzo
Yeah.
Fernandez, maybe.
Look,
So you can
Caicedo's
say
not bad.
politics does come into play to a certain extent.
Yeah, Caicedo's not bad. We've seen Maresca give it to him, so he had it midweek as well. So, and he's done it, I think, for his country already once as well. So Caicedo's got that. He's still young. People realize that he's still quite young as well. Obviously, 22 or what is he? 23, 22. So he's still quite young as well. But look, Chilwell would have been captain or stuff if he fitted the system and the play style and stuff. It probably would be because he's
Is
senior
it captain
and
material really?
way more than Reece James. Yes, the way he speaks and the way on the field he gets involved, he
And
gets in the
you can
tackles.
see him off the field many times. You know.
Yeah, I've seen in many interviews stuff. He's quite mature. He's quite and he's English as well, so that helps, of course. So
I,
he would be a captain, but yeah, and if you can't
I
stay
do.
in
I
your
do
system in
remember his campaign for
you're
the
not gonna.
captaincy. Before when we had it, when we heard, did hear in the media that the manager at the time, RX, was on the verge of selecting. He said the captains with the hierarchy, multiple captains at the time.
Yes.
He was out
Yeah.
campaigning more like as one would do in politics. But that's by the way. Anyway,
Pretty
I
much.
don't know if that's anything else you want to talk about. You want to say so we can round off with that. But Ty, thank you
Even
again.
even Gallagher, our ex Gallagher, even he made at least he had that a little bit more captaincy in the way he played
Very
on
vocal.
field.
Yeah.
Vocal, and you see him get involved in altercations and tackle and go up to every player and for the penalty stuff. He was always at least there involved. He was trying, even though he probably not the best, but he was trying and he had a bit more. I'm just comparing him to Reece James. That's all. So he
Mhm.
would make a better captain than Reece James, just
Yeah, I get it.
because.
I'm not saying you're
Yeah.
talking
So
anything. Look
yeah,
at you, the disclaimer right there. You just comparing to this James in terms of the captaincy and not anything else. Yeah, I know
not
what you
anything
mean
else.
by that. But you're definitely going to hell, my friend. But
Yeah, yeah. You're the devil's advocate, not me.
yeah, yeah, I know. My Mabasto 5 will never forget that. But people, it's been an excellent discussion. As you all know, before I do have a good chemistry with Dante, so I appreciate him finding time to join me on the panel. Even though he's not earning anything from it, but I cannot thank him enough for the love he's shown to the community and the growth. Thank you, Constantine Dante. Thank you to Maya the rapper who's in the chat. Thank you to the Thai also who talked about how we don't love him, and also calling us Dr. Phil and beyond, helping mentally with trash football wise. Right? You did not think about that before you said it, right? Vinicius Monday, nice to see you, my Niger brother. Hope you're doing well. And as Sports TV, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate you. I don't know if you're. I think if you own a channel, I think it looks like it. Just help me. Hit me up and we see how we can help you grow. And Rich Amoni, Mekos, nice to see you. All of you in the chat. If I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time, and bye.
Take care, guys.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la.